So to set up a link in Zoom for hosting either a webinar or just even a one-on-one private coaching call, anything where you want the ability to share your screen, record, um, and download and or save your recording in the cloud. Any use like that for your business, this is how you do it. So when you log into Zoom, this is what you will see. You'll see your profile first, and you can either go here and say host a meeting or schedule a meeting to schedule it, or you can go straight to your meetings tab. So I'm just going to go straight to schedule a meeting because I have a bunch of pre-scheduled meetings set up in that tab. So I'm just going to keep it simple. And client call with Joe. Okay. So you call it what you need to recognize it as. Also keeping in mind, if this is a public workshop that you're inviting people to, call it the title of the workshop or event that you're holding. And then you're going to put your date. So I'm going to pretend that this is Friday at 11 a.m. my time, which would be 1 p.m. Eastern. So keeping in mind, this is in your local time zone. So I always schedule for my time just because that helps me keep track of when I'm showing up, but I make sure it's on Eastern or Central time zone if that's the, that it's at that correct time if that's the time zone of the person I'm meeting. Now here, this is how simple this is, guys. You can either choose an hour, 2 hours, hour and 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You really do have a lot of flexibility here. If it's something you're going to hold weekly, like I'm going to start doing my co-working sessions again in my free group, so that I'll set those up as recurring meetings, and that helps you set it up week after week or every other week. You get to customize that. It's going to automatically generate this, or you can choose it. I just generate it automatically, and then I skip down to here, and you have to choose one or the other of these, and this is how I do it. If it's a one-on-one client call, I don't feel the need to have a passcode. That way they have less to keep track of, and it's just easy for me to handle a waiting room with only one person asking to come in. On the other hand, if it's a workshop or public event or even small group event where multiple people will be coming into the Zoom room, I do then click off waiting room and I utilize passcode. Now, you can also utilize both of these for something that you're really super concerned about keeping it private. So if I was having a masterclass that is something they paid for and it's private, I might do it that way. Lately, though, I have found that using the passcode is secure enough. So then I don't choose anything else here. You can set your participants to have their video on automatically. That might make things easier for, I should have set that before now, because that might make things easier with you doing all the admin and all the, trying to help people get their stuff set up. This might be easier. And then I always check both because some people do need to attend from their phone. So keep that checked. And that's all I do. And then I push save. So I'm going to save this private call with Joe, which it could also be a public workshop. And actually I set it wrong for him. I would have, because it's just one person, I would have put it without a passcode. So I didn't have to give him that. And it would have been a shorter Zoom link also. But I kind of was showing you guys different options there. So now you come over here to copy the invitation. So now you get this big, long, detailed invitation for this Zoom. I have found that people do not need all this, okay? It's up to you. You could share this invitation as is with all this information in it, but I'm going to show you what I do, especially if I'm sending this to a client. I will literally just grab this much of the invitation, Control-C for copy, put it into my email or doc or whatever I'm sharing with my client to give them the information for attending. And I keep it that simple. I even take out the meeting ID, this part right here. So this is up to you guys how you do this. I delete this part and I only include these two. It simplifies it. My client isn't overwhelmed with all this information that we see here. That's just the way I feel about it, especially in a public event where I'm using Facebook event feature to do the inviting. Like if it's a public event, I often will set up, which is a free feature on Facebook, I will set up a Facebook event for it. And this, giving them this information right here is enough. They don't want nor need all of this. Now, I still want to take this and I place it in a Google Doc in my Drive for labeled for the event or call that it is, just in case they need to attend through their phone. I now can give them the necessary information like this to attend through their phone. So it is good to have all of this on backup, but you don't have to worry about always giving that to your client, okay? Or to your public community. So hopefully this helped you see how simple it is to set up a meeting. You're able to screen share, you're able to record, and you're able to communicate face-to-face if you want, or voice-to-voice with the people you serve. It's just an easy, wonderful way to connect. The reason I did not choose webinars is I don't necessarily use this feature yet. Maybe as I scale and my numbers are larger, I'm going to have to use webinars. For now, I have such a small community that meetings works. So if you are starting with small numbers and a small community, you can see all my pre-scheduled ones here, you use meetings. Also, personal room under meetings, I went to the meetings tab and then you can see I went to personal room. This is something you can use where you don't always have to create links. You can just use this ongoing. You can show your passcode here. I use this for my Academy discussion Zooms. And that way all of my mentors can just log in and use my same link and host these discussions for the Academy. And we use the same passcode week after week. And that way we're not constantly sharing a new link with them. So this would come in handy for things like that. I just wanted to point out that it is a separate feature from just regular meetings. But for now, I think if you're starting out, if you are just doing this new with your business, or you have a new community or a smaller community for now and smaller groups that meet, all you have to worry about is what we just walked through. So hopefully this helps you. Just a quick little tutorial on setting up your Zoom meetings.